So originally I thought I was going to be a physical trainer.
I was a family independent case manager at Clayton County Department of Family and Children's Services.
I knew I was getting a degree in mathematics.
I knew that I wanted to be an educator.
I started off as an early childhood education major.
I knew at a very early age, when I say early age, I'm talking high school, that I wanted to be an educator, just didn't quite know what capacity I wanted to serve in.
My name is Moises Perez. I am principal of Unidos Dual Language School. Before education, I was still a college student. Didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I was getting a degree in mathematics. Didn't know what that meant for me. Didn't know what the future held. What does a degree in mathematics do? I was a college athlete, and I always wanted to pursue a little bit of the of coaching. At that point, I still thought I had a chance as a professional athlete until some injuries happened. But it just happened. There was a fair at Albany State University where Clayton County was there, and I'll remember his name always. Is Donald Dunnigan was the recruiting coordinator for Clayton County Public Schools, and he started answering some questions. I filled out some paperwork, but I just didn't know what it was going to take to be certified. I also interviewed with different big time companies like Procter and Gamble, logistics space in the Albany, Georgia area. Something though about education really took my attention. It really kept me. I really felt intrigued with the possibility of impacting students while at the same time, at that point in my life, being involved with the sport that I really loved.
Hello, my name is Katrina Edwards. I am one of the assistant principals here at Kendrick Middle School. I've worked on both sides of DFACS. The first side was Medicare, Medicaid, and food stamps. And then I transitioned to the side of social services where you do adoptions, you do removals, different foster care, different things like that. Working at DFACS, the kids looked at you in a negative light because they know when you're coming, it's for something negative or you're coming to remove them from the family. And I didn't want that view. I wanted the kids to look at me in a more positive manner. So I decided to transition into teaching.
My name is Cheryl Thompson. I am currently a coordinator for school leadership and improvement. So being a native of Mississippi, I knew that I wanted to be an educator. And so I naturally went into the education field at a school in Mississippi, might I add a HBCU. And through my journey at school, I took all education courses and then decided I wanted to do something different. I decided I wanted to go into the world of business. And so I completed a degree in English and then gave corporate America a try for a couple of years and then knew that I need to go back to my passion of becoming an educator.
I am Alexis Sauer. I am a 6th grade ELA teacher here at Jonesboro Middle School. My dreams to become an educator started when I was younger. In high school, I was kind of toggling between wanting to go into the medical field like my mom or being an educator like where my heart was, where I felt like my heart was. After speaking to my mom about, my decision getting closer to 12th grade, my mom told me that she would love for me to follow her dreams or follow her footsteps, but to really follow what's in my heart. And so that was like my aha moment. Like, yes, I love this because that's what my mom does, and that's what I see all around me, but my heart is really with the children.
I'm Davina Smith. I'm a 5th grade teacher at Hartford Elementary, and I co-teach the online teaching endorsement. So originally I thought I was going to be a physical trainer. So I went to school for health and fitness. Coming from Germany, that's always been our big thing. That's one thing that was culturally neutral was sports. So that's something I gravitated to. So I went to Clayton State, majored in health and fitness management with a minor in business. So I just knew that's what was going to happen. As life happened, it didn't turn out like I wanted to, which was a good thing.
My name is Jameer Hartsfield. I am currently serving as the assistant principal here at Hartford Elementary, located on Valley Hill Road in Riverdale. Well, for me, I've always had a one-track mind in regard to my profession. I knew at a very early age, when I say early age, I'm talking high school, that I wanted to be an educator. Just didn't quite know what capacity I wanted to serve in. I was fortunate enough to meet some outstanding professors in college. Outside of my outstanding administration at Forest Park High School, that kind of guided me on my way to becoming a professional educator. In college, I majored in psychology, and I knew I wanted to be an educator, so I took my minor in education. I had heard about the TAPP program, and I was fortunate enough to get an opportunity to serve in the school system until I could actually gain admittance into the TAPP program.
Greetings. I'm Dr. Gloria Duncan, Director of Professional Learning for the Clayton County Public School System. The purpose of TAPP was to increase the number of teachers that we had in order to fill some of our vacancies. But a lot of people figured out, I really want to work with children. And so this was an opportunity to give people in other areas who are working other jobs to transition.
I literally prayed every single day, every single night, on my face, constantly, just wanting to just be who I knew I was called to become. In terms of the TAPP program, while I was at Riverdale Middle School, I already had spoke with the assistant principal and the principal about my goals, furthering my education and just trying to, be a certified teacher. And they connected me with Dr. Kinley from the TAPP program. Best thing ever, because Dr. Kinley really gave me some really great insight on how to get that certification so that I can take it to the next level. He gave me information regarding the interest meeting, interviews, and what I needed to do to pass the assessments and to get prepared to come into the TAPP program.
So I actually was over educational programs for Boys and Girls Club for 2 consecutive summers. I was working in accounting, again, not what I wanted to do, but I'm also good at numbers. So for me, when they put me over the educational program for the Boys and Girls Club, I felt in my niche. So it was in that moment I started just self-reflecting and just trying to figure out, what is it that I was designed for? What are some things that come naturally to me that I can actually bring into a career? And that's when I started talking with a few friends, and I said I didn't go to school for education, so is there any other alternatives to going to school for another 4 years? Because let's be honest, nobody wants to pay for student loans. So she told me about the TAPP program, and as she started talking to me more and more about the program, I was like, hey, I think I can do that. I can get paid and get experience while taking classes, which it seemed like a win-win situation to me. So after, going through the interview process and things like that, I really felt comfortable with the things they were asking me, and I felt like maybe I found my home.
The great part about it is we have at Professional Learning Center teacher development specialists who are trained to support them throughout this program. They go to see them as often as needed. They model for them if they need help seeing what it looks like, what we're talking about, what we're doing, understanding all the ins and outs of teaching that they are not familiar with.
My name is Dr. Sean Antonetti, and I'm a teacher development specialist here in the Department of Professional Learning. I think that a new teacher candidate having a teacher development specialist is a really important factor in the development, because most new teachers, when they come in, they have, they do some student teaching with maybe a teacher who is a veteran in their classroom, and they may have kids who are going to act right all the time. When you come into the TAPP program, you may not have that luxury, so you have a person like me who will come in and be with you every step of the way. Not only will I help you in the classroom, but I'm going to help you through the program. I'm going to help you with your administration. I'm going to help you with those tough situations. You don't get that as a new teacher straight out of college. So having a TDS is more like having a 24-hour mentor. Someone who you can look up to, but someone's going to guide you, and someone who's going to look out for you no matter what.
My name is Cheryl Rogers, and I'm a teacher development specialist at the Department of Professional Learning. The one thing that I love the most in this role is probably the opportunity to conduct the observations, because you're able to witness and cultivate that process of someone kind of feeling frightened and feeling overwhelmed to the point where they're developing their craft, they're becoming more proficient, they're becoming more effective, and to see that change in confidence in them, I think is just a beautiful thing to witness.
My name is Makia Henderson, and I am one of the 10 teacher development specialists we have here at Professional Learning. When you have a TDS, we are there to be in the mix with you in your classroom, to sometimes get those small groups, work with those small groups in the classroom with you. Sometimes when you may not see or even know that something needs to be kind of adjusted, tweaked in your lesson, your TDS is there to say, hey, maybe consider this, let's try this.
I'm Noel Hart. I'm a teacher development specialist here at the Professional Learning Department. I just love to be able to help people out and let them know when it's time for that TAPP completion ceremony that where they came from and where they are now. It's a huge chasm that we crossed, and we did it together. And that mentor-mentee relationship is so important to me. And I think it's just because I wish I had that, and I'm glad to give that to others.
My name is Dr. Tamika Jay Galbraith, and I am a teacher development specialist. I love helping educators, period. Okay, so educators have a special place in my heart because it's a task that everybody think they can do, but only few are called for this. And so it takes a different kind of person, and I think we operate for every occupation that exists, because you're not just developing, content or academic knowledge, you're developing a person.
It has been a great experience. They have been able to progress past teaching. We have some past candidates who are administrators.
It's funny, becoming a principal was never my goal. My goal 20 years ago or 18 years ago would have been, just to be the best teacher until I retired. In my case, I was definitely the first bilingual principal of the dual language program. That's really an accomplishment for me.
So TAPP has allowed me to contribute to the different districts several ways. So first, after becoming a certified teacher, I was then was actually a classroom teacher for many, many years. And through my experiences with working with other schools, when I say working with other schools, meaning when I was at other schools doing those observations, I was having conversations, things of that nature. And I think that opened me up to learn different things about schools. So with that, I was able to teach classes, which I think opened me up a little bit more. And from there, I became a district site facilitator for English language arts. I worked for that for a couple of years, and from there, I decided to stretch myself a little bit more, and through TAPP, I was able to begin those initial steps. So now, as a coordinator for school leadership and improvement, I support 16 schools in their school improvement efforts. It could range from analyzing data. It could range from giving them feedback on their comprehensive school improvement plans and also their short-term action plans. That just gives you just a little tidbit of what TAPP allowed me, that first initial step of getting in, becoming a certified teacher, and being able to fulfill my goals and to kind of stretch myself a little bit more.
While attending the classes, you meet people. And, people have different backgrounds. They have different goals. They have different aspirations. What'll make you think like, Because like I said, I was content with just being a teacher. So I started taking advantages of the classes that the PLC has to offer. So I got my gifted endorsement. I got my coaching endorsement. I took the Learning to Lead class that was offered by the district. And taking all those classes, you get to meet different people. You get to network with different people. You get to make friends. As an instructional coach, I met plenty of friends. I actually was one of the 12 lead coaches that they had to instruct other instructional coaches. So take advantage of every opportunity the district offers, and it's free.
Besides the aspects of the educational field, you really get to experience, in all honesty, the ups and downs of being an educator, the ups and downs of positive and negative leadership, the ups and downs of what it what it means almost to be up against the deadline, working, having to be a teacher, worrying about those that are in your classroom, and simultaneously accomplishing so many different things. You're accomplishing the goals that you set for your students and with your students. You accomplish the goals that you may set as a family. For those of us in TAPP, many of us were a little bit older than the normal first year teacher. So I already had a family when I became a teacher in TAPP, and so I was able to set goals with my family. You're able to set the goals that are set for you within the TAPP program. So with those ups and downs, there's definitely struggle, but there's also perseverance. The TAPP program was not just a sit down and pass type of thing. There's a lot of work that went with it, and that perseverance is always like a badge of honor and a badge of pride for me.